YouTube, how's it going? Another video in the books. This is an odd intro, but I'm in the car. I'm gonna be driving to the gym. I'm not gonna lie, might have took this type of idea from Sam Sulik. I think it's a great idea. Plus, it just makes a drive dual purpose. But today is our first big snowfall, I would say. Kinda. Like, not substantial. Not a substantial snowstorm. But I wanted to talk on something quickly with you guys. Specifically about training insane or remain the same. Now, I say that quite often, and that is something that it's kind of known for me that I say that quite often, I guess. But what I mean by that, guys, is more so training insane in the means of consistently training. And training, needless to say, guys, I'm not a big believer in training till failure. That's the main thing. I think training till failure is, I don't think it's the most optimal thing to do, because it just puts you at a level where you're more likely to get injured. And most of the time when people train till failure, they're not giving themselves adequate rest afterwards. And to be fair, like, a lot of the guys who preach about training till failure, I know this online, are on steroids. And if steroids, they make you guys recover faster. So I mean, it's kind of hard to put that together. So I typically, when I say train insane or remain the same, it's, putting in the effort, training when you guys don't want to. And that's the main thing, because discipline over motivation. Motivation fades, it's discipline that'll give you guys over the finish line. So always stay disciplined to do what you need to do regardless of how you feel, and you will achieve it, because most people give up when they start to feel unmotivated. So that's the thing, right? I'm pulling numbers out of my ass, but like, in terms of even starting, I'm sure there's a good portion of people who don't even start. So if you just start something, you're already ahead of majority of the competition. That's why I'm a firm believer in immediate action. A lot of people like to talk about what they're gonna do, but they don't end up doing it. And that's not good. You never wanna do that. But I wanna say 5 things I'm grateful for. And I typically do 3 in the videos, but on my own personal journal. And if you guys don't journal, on a side note, if you guys don't journal, you guys should journal, man. Not in the sense of, well, I mean, journaling's it's always different for everyone. But me, it's more so a reflection of my day. Starting, well, I do it at the end of the, fucking hell, words sure are struggle, but I do it at the end of the day. I'll let this go across, but I do it at the end of the day, so it's more of a reflection of my day, and ending off the night with some positive things such as my gratitudes and also affirmations. Now, one thing about affirmations, guys, is you do not, I can't remember what the word was, but Alex Hermosa said something about affirmations, or it's like, maybe you don't build confidence from screaming out affirmations in the mirror. You build confidence by having undeniable results stack up, something along those lines. But I mean, hey, it makes sense. Words are cheap, and that just indicates taking that immediate action. So I definitely recommend doing that. Today is going to be a shoulder day. I love shoulders. I think I've said that quite often. Shoulders is definitely my favorite part of the body to train. I love hitting the shoulders. It has been a little hard to hit the shoulders because I am on the 500 push-ups a day right now. So I mean, doing the shoulder, like the push-ups on the shoulders, and also like maintaining the push-ups, or rather doing the shoulder workout and maintaining the push-ups, is quite tricky, but we're gonna get it done. It's not only gonna be shoulders today, we're gonna encompass, I'm not sure if we're gonna throw in abs today or tomorrow. It's gonna kind of have to feel out how long we're there for and all that, because I do need to edit, so we'll see how that feels. Now, when I say edit, like, okay, let me make sure I'm crystal clear here. I'm not cutting the workout short. I'm just moving certain things to other days, depending on, number 1, fatigue, and obviously number 2, I need to have some time to edit. So I mean, I don't want to be in the gym too long. And one of the things that people are in the gym for so long that you guys need to avoid doing, well, a couple different things, one of which being talking. Okay, now I'm a really big believer in networking. Oh, camera moved a bit there. I have to fix you. Hopefully it's not too bright, but yeah, I'm a big believer in networking, guys. Okay, we're back. I'm a big believer in networking, so networking is crucial to anything you guys want to do, because you guys don't know everything, right? And you should go into every conversation with people thinking that they know something that you don't, because that is the reality of it. Everyone experiences different things in their life. So there's always something to learn from other people, even like the people who you believe are below you. Now, I don't believe anyone's below anyone, because everyone has their own story, everyone has their own problems, and everyone's equal in my eyes. But what separates winners from losers is that motivation. So that aspect, I do think people who take action and do what they say they're gonna do definitely have a bit of a higher ground than the people who just talk and sit down and complain and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna talk down to anyone. Everyone has that ability to turn their life around. Sometimes you need that tough love and you need someone to say it to you. And that's, again, relates to networking. We have 2 minutes left on the memory card here, so we're gonna have to, if this footage ends up short, be a little upset, but the drive, we're almost there. It's not a far drive, and thankfully the snow isn't on the road. Because in Canada, I shouldn't say that, because like I'm pretty south. Like I live near the Toronto area, if you guys are familiar with Canada. And where I live, like it doesn't snow too much, man. It's not torrential. There's no like 6 feet of snow where I can't even get out of my house. Like I've never experienced that. Like there's been some times where the snow's bad, but nothing to the point where, you know, I'm fearing for my life. I won't lie though, there are times I do fear for my life in little snow. And that's because people don't have their winter tires on and stuff like that. And that is sketchy. That is very sketchy. Very, very sketchy. I have arrived safely, and I wanted to say 5 things I'm grateful for. Number 1, I'm grateful for getting here safely. Number 2, I'm grateful for snow because it's beautiful and it gets you in the season spirit of Christmas. That was cheesy, but anyways. Number 3, I'm grateful for music because music is fantastic and it powers me through my workouts. Number 4, I am grateful for every single one of you guys watching. I was gonna say number 5, but you guys are much more important than that. You guys are amazing. I appreciate every single one of you guys. 500 by the end of the year, you guys are amazing. The 5th thing I'm grateful for, you got it, the gym. Of course I am. It's where I make content. But anyways, gonna be a shoulder workout, and today we're working out with Sheer, so let's get it. All right, so we're gonna start off with one of my favorite exercises. I have shown it before. Oh man, it's called sevens, okay? And what that entails is we're gonna be doing 3 different exercises, 7 reps each set. So it's gonna hit the deltoids, the traps, everything about the shoulders pretty well. Make sure you guys are picking a weight you can control. It is gonna be 3 different sets in one, so it is a superset of 3 different exercises. First one being a shoulder press, and I do like using the Smith machine for this just because it can control it a little bit better, and because it's fixated, I'm keeping a consistency element, and I'm trying to avoid using other muscles. However, seated shoulder press is a compound exercise. It's gonna engage your triceps along with your chest and some other muscles, probably your obliques too, which more so engaged when you're doing an overhead, because obviously you gotta stabilize. But again, 7 reps of each, 3 different exercises, all of which are gonna be at 1 weight. So you gotta pick a weight you can use for, what is that, 21 reps? Look at that quick math. But anyways, let's get it done. Okay, there's our 7 of that. Honestly, I could up the weight, and yeah, I'm dropping the bench here because typically I would just do it from this side, but then you guys are just staring at my ass. I'm not working ass today. And if you guys use Smith machines, you guys know the struggle of fucking lining up the bench. You move it a centimeter too much and then it's just gonna fuck everything up. But so now I'm gonna do some shrugs. Here's my 7, and now upright rows, so. That's it. Honestly though, like that last set of the upright rows is probably what's gonna hinder me from being able to up the weight, because upright rows are fucking hard, so that was a struggle, but let's get it done. We got 4 sets of this, like I said, 7 of each. This is the first set, somebody up in the weight, but let's go. Okay, finished our 4 sets of that. And something I wanted to touch on, guys, is I know I call it sevens, and that's the baseline. But when you're doing movements like that, I like to keep it at one weight, kind of more of a challenge that way, but you're not limited to seven. So like obviously if the weight's feeling a little light in some categories, because specifically for me when I was doing the upright rows, I was like, I said it in the video there, in that portion, but I noticed even more throughout my set when I upped the weight. It's the upright rows that are really hindering me from being able to lift the heaviest weight that I possibly can in all lifts, because I don't know, the upright rows, perhaps it's because it's at the end, were definitely the most tricky out of all of them. Like shoulder shrugs I could put a lot of weight on typically, and that exercise I could just bang out, you know? So what I'm getting at here is, I know I say it's sevens, however, if the weight's feeling light but you're struggling in certain categories, up it to 8 reps before you up the weight. Then 9, then 10, then 11, then 12, and then go back to 7. That way you guys are getting more used to the weight, you're getting more repetitions in, and you're getting a better workout all around. Because you don't want to put up a weight you can't control in all the categories, because then you're going to start compensating with other muscles, which is just going to create a muscle imbalance. So definitely make sure you're altering the weight. However, we're moving into the second portion of this exercise, or sorry, workout. And first things first, got to take off the pump cover. Now I noticed last time that I recorded and I used the tank top, when I put it right here, you guys could hear the audio as well, so I gotta just look silly and put on my glasses. But as I was saying, I could lift heavier on the shoulder press than I could on the upright row, but because I have that exercise structured the way it is, I don't want to overcompensate in certain elements. So we're gonna do some shoulder press heavy weight, probably aim for that about 4 to 6 rep range, perhaps 8. We'll see how we're feeling with this particular weight, which is a plate to 25. I don't count the bar in the Smith machine, but a plate to 25. So we're gonna bang this out, and then we're gonna have something I like to call 12. So now we're gonna use dumbbells, do a couple different motions with that, and again, same elements, or sorry, same principles as the sevens apply. If the weight's too light, and certain things, up the reps, don't up the weight, get up the reps. But yeah, let's get this one done, and then we'll move into the dumbbells. Surprisingly, that weight moved really easily, so I did 12. So I'll up the weight next set. Wish I recorded the next set, that way I could see more lift. I could lift heavier, but this is where I warmed up. Now I know I can do a heavier weight, and I will do a heavier weight. Let's do dumbbells now. Damn, I look pale as fuck, but I'm gonna get a spray tan or some shit. But now we're gonna work into the 12s that I was talking about. So first exercise for the 12s would be just the regular lateral raise. Slight bend in the wrist, and slight elbow bend as well. Nine, 10, 11, 12, and now, I don't know what you call this exercise. Essentially, I'm just rotating my shoulder blades. 2, 3, 4. Very important that you are keeping your elbows and shoulders aligned. Don't go too far down, because then you're not getting movement. Hold it at shoulder width level, or shoulder level, and rotate from there. The last one, I'm going to do a front raise. 2, 3, 4. All right. So 4 sets. That weight I could do 12, so fuck, I'm feeling the burn. Perhaps I'll up 13 on the 4th set there, going into the 3rd and 4th set. But yeah, let's get done. Okay, so now we're gonna move into the forearms tricep portion. Now I don't want to overwork my body, so I'm only gonna do a set of forearms and 2 sets of triceps, but supersetting all 3 together. Now one thing I wanted to talk about with grip strength in general, which is encompassed with forearms, is when you guys are doing deadlifts and you feel like you can lift the weight, but your grip isn't allowing you to, that means you can't lift the weight, okay? That's plain and simple. That means you need to work on your grip strength and forearm strength. But then there's the talk about using wrist straps. Now, I'm not a firm believer in wrist straps. I believe that if you are gonna lift the weight, you need to be able to lift that weight in all ways. It's a grip with the wrist straps. It essentially attaches your wrist to the bar, allowing you to have a stronger, more firm grip on it. And I mean, I'm not someone who powerlifts or anything of that sort, so I'm not going to talk too much on it, but this is just me personally. I don't use it because I want to be able to lift the weight, and I want all my body to be able to lift the weight, including my grip strength. So of course you want to train your forearms. Now, one thing a lot of people do when they start training their forearms is instead of taking things away from their workout, they'll just add. And what that does is that overstimulates you. It could just lead to injury and a whole lot of other issues. So let's say I'm doing arm day, doing biceps, triceps. Typically I do 3 sets biceps, 3 sets triceps, whatever amount of reps and sets, whatever. What you want to do is take away 1 of each and then do a forearm of each. So two bicep, 2 tricep, 2 forearm. Because you don't want to overstimulate yourself. Another thing is chalk and all that stuff. So chalk, I think, increases your grip strength from like 2 to 4, but most gyms only really allow you to use liquid chalk. So definitely give chalk a try if it is something that you're struggling with, but I do not recommend using wrist wraps. I think you guys should have the strength all around to do it. But anyways, to the workout, we're gonna be doing something Sam Sulik does, and probably my favorite forearm exercise, which is just the forearm curl, rotating your wrist. I'm a big fan of that. We're gonna do that for 12, and then we're gonna go straight into our tricep movement, which will be down here, just a straight bar. Then we're gonna drop it and do an overhead, kind of a skull crusher sort of movement there, an overhead press. But one thing about triceps is to determine whether or not you're hitting different parts of your tricep, it depends on your elbow movement. So my elbow movement here is like this. So if I was to grab rope, elbow movement's a little more straight than it typically is, but it's still kind of very similar to the way that it would be if I'm lifting like this. So you want to encompass different movements, such as the overhead press, or even the actual skull crusher on the floor, which would be, or sorry, on the bench, which would be with the barbell or dumbbells. Just different range of motions there. Another way to actually do forearms, guys, is obviously this exercise. There's these squeezers. I have one actually, or grippers or whatever they're called, and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna do like a 20-day or 15-day challenge, see how that goes. But also heavy farmer walks. That's a great one. But I don't want to overstimulate myself, so we're just gonna do this one exercise because this is 4 sets of each. But let's chit chat, let's get it going. I did 15 there because I could definitely do a heavier weight for that. Let's do our triceps. Make sure I got a nice angle for the tricep. Slow and controlled. All right, last one here. Drop it all the way down. Keep your elbows as close as you can to your head. God damn, this one try was fucking insane. Do a weight you guys can control. Just get it done. 4 sets, 12 reps of that. I'll beat you of everything. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys smash that like button. And guys, we are en route to hit 500 subscribers by the end of 2023. Can we do it, guys? Counting on you guys. I think today's the 14th or 13th. Got a couple more days left in the year. A couple more weeks, rather. We could do this. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you're new. Turn on the post notification bell so you guys never miss a video. And as always, guys, stay blessed and get done what you need to get done. Bye!